Hello, everyone. This is Jeremy, and you are watching RetroFat. Today, we are watching the 21st episode of Season 3 of Just the 10 of Us. It is the 45th of 47 episodes overall. This episode is called Heartbreaker, and this is a really solid Marie episode. I believe this is also our last appearance of the Lubbock Babes as a singing group. This episode was directed by John Gunselman, and it was written by Michael Ware and Bob Burris. This episode first aired on March 30th, 1990. Now, stay tuned after I always kind of debrief after the closing credits, and I thought I'd give kind of a state of where I picture this channel heading. So obviously there is no new Just the 10 of Us content, but basically I've decided this is going to stay at Just the 10 of Us channel. I have some ideas, and I'd like your input as well. So let's get to the episode.
Life is a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy.
That's no way to eat. Where are your table manners?
Hi, girls. How'd it go tonight? We killed him!
Well, you don't seem very happy about it.
It was awful.
Yeah, some guy dropped dead during our encore.
What?
What happened?
Oh, it was terrible. One minute he was sitting there munching his pepperoni. The next minute...
You mean he died? Just like that?
Poor guy. And I overheard Danny say that he just bought a farm.
All right, so a few thoughts. I always like the Lubbock Babe episodes, even though my channel doesn't get dinged, but it flags it every time. But I'm not monetizing, so if there is monetization, just know it's not coming to me. It's coming to whoever holds the rights to that song. I liked the opening. I liked that it was Wendy who noticed that this happened. I also want to point out this episode was written by the same writers who wrote the Virgin Islands episode, and we know that they can write a really good script. So the fact that this one has like stuck in my brain after all these years doesn't surprise me. I am a little surprised that there was no cold open. The only thing I can think of is they didn't want to go to the opening credits, with the lively, upbeat theme song after a man had literally just dropped dead. That's the only conclusion I can come to there. If anyone else has any insights, I'd love to hear them. But I have to comment on the way the Lubbock babes dress and like reconcile that with what we know about Marie's character. They were dressed very not Marie-like in this particular episode. I appreciate that Marie goes along with it for the sake of the group, for her sisters, but there's still a part of me that's like, wouldn't she try to be a little more conservative while still fitting the theme? I did notice she was the only one wearing stockings at the pizzeria, while they all had stockings on when they came home. That did leap out to me, and I don't know why. But I was just thinking, like, that's not how Marie would dress, I think, even if Marie was trying to be sexy, even though, as we've established, Marie is a freak, but she also cares what people think. Okay, let's get back to the episode.
So other than the dying thing, things seem to go pretty well tonight, huh?
Wendy, the man's been dead scarcely 3 hours and you're already making jokes?
Look, making jokes helps me deal with this. I am not comfortable with dying. That's why I don't watch past Sajak. This whole thing makes me so sad. The only thing I've ever known that's died was our kitten Snowball, and well, he was just an animal. Oh, poor Snowball.
Cindy, if it helps, I like to think of death not as an ending, but as a beginning, a beatific, joyous reunion with the creative force of the universe.
Really?
Unless they just throw dirt on you and that's it.
Look, I think we're all taking this too hard. Sure, tonight was tough, but we just have to put it behind us and move ahead. The show must go on.
Wendy, you're not suggesting that we sing at Danny's again.
Why not?
You could actually go back there and perform after what happened tonight?
Every time I see that table, I'll think of that poor man, that unfinished pizza, the pepperonis light on the anchovies.
Maybe we should cool it for a while.
What's with you guys? Okay, so maybe we sing a couple blues songs the first night we're back, but
Wendy!
I am just trying to find the positive side in all of this. I got it. We dedicate the encore to him. The dead guy, a tribute.
Wendy, his name was Rick Potter.
Okay, a tribute to the dead guy, Rick Potter.
Wendy, I can't ever set my foot on that stage again.
Marie, this man's death was not our fault.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. You weren't the one squatting by his table.
Oh, you're not serious?
If I hadn't gotten Rick so excited, he'd still be alive for the encore.
Don't you think you're being a little bit unrealistic?
How?
By saying your body could cause that kind of damage?
Marie, it could have been me dancing at that table.
Well, if only it had been, he'd be alive today.
You're right, you killed him.
Marie, you can't blame yourself for this. I wore a low-cut dress. I sang and danced like a seductress.
Well, what do you think Danny's paying us for?
I just wish I could burn all these awful clothes. Why?
Hi, girls.
Oh, hi, Daddy.
Look, I've never been really good at these stinking sensitive moments. So, park your butts and let's do it. Now, look, I know you've all been kind of shaken up over this guy, biting it. And hell, it's shaking your mother and I up, too. But I think you girls should know that dying is just another freaking part of life, and that I'm just trying to make you feel better here.
Well, she's crying over Snowball.
Snowball, that stupid cat's been dead for 5 years.
I know, but it's also the last time you gave us the "it's a freaking part of life" speech.
Oh, same deal this time. Enough said.
All right, there's a lot going on there as well. I'm with Wendy on this one. You don't stop. You maybe pay tribute, but you keep going. What Marie said to Connie was one about, like, I wish you had been the one dancing there, because if you were, he'd still be alive. It's one of the meanest things I think Marie has ever said to Connie, and she didn't even seem to realize it. That was fantastic. I love Cindy's whole bit about crying over the dead cat, if for no other reason than we got one of our fantastic Coach Lubbock. Just one of his exasperated, like, yell statements. That stupid cat's been dead for 5 years. I love it when that happens. We don't get enough of them, but they're always good when they pop up. Connie made the comment that she views death as the beginning of, a journey to, like, to create a forced universe, so on and so forth, which I think was a good line to give that to Connie, because we know she has struggled with her faith in the past. And what she said sounds a little more new agey than strictly Catholic, but I really enjoyed watching both Wendy and Marie play off each other, and then Cindy and Connie doing their just shtick with the dead cat. It was just a great scene.
Richard Potter suffered a coronary seizure Friday. Man, this guy was my age. Well, he probably didn't take care of himself the way I do. Let's see. There will be a memorial service at Danny's Pizzeria.
Oh, that's very generous. See, Danny's not the cold-hearted businessman that you make him out to be.
Mm-hmm. The service will be held 2 to 2:30, no host bar.
Poor Marie. She's been taking this death so hard.
Well, I haven't really noticed anything unusual. See?
Mom, can I borrow the keys to the car? I'm going to go to the memorial service at Danny's.
You are? Oh, honey, I didn't realize you knew Mr. Potter.
I don't. I didn't. I just feel I should go. I'm trying to make sense out of all this, and I was the last person.
Oh, Marie! Graham, say something.
Gee, sweetheart, I'm sorry. You seem really upset by this. I tell you, if it's that important for you to go, then I don't think you should be by yourself. How about a shoulder to lean on?
Oh, that would be nice.
Fine. Elizabeth, go with her.
It's a good joke, but I don't think Graham would be that bold. Sorry, frog in my throat. I also really enjoyed the gigantic beer he's drinking. This guy's supposed to be the same age as him. He's like, well, he just didn't take as good care of himself, which that's just a funny line. That's a good one. I actually looked up the actor who played Rick, whose name unfortunately has escaped me at the moment. I'll mention it when I see it in the credits. He died at the age of 62 in 1998. If he looked at all familiar to you, it's because he had a part in the movie Terminator as a cleaning man. I'll admit it's not ringing any bells with me, but I don't know. It was kind of sad to see. I think this was like really his last thing he did acting wise, but there we go.
Thank you all for coming. I only wish I knew more about Richard Potter.
Excuse me, did you say Richard Potter?
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry I've come to the wrong pizzeria.
Luckily, his family was spared the tragedy of his passing. having been dead for some time themselves. I can tell you what I do know about Rick. He was something rare. My customer. A very, very loyal customer. Never missed a Lubbock Babe's performance. I'll always remember his last words. This pizza is like a knot in my stomach. So we'll all get to remember Rick in our own special way. So long, Rick. From now on, you're going to have to get your pepperoni from the big guy.
Well, I think it was a very nice service, honey, and it's just too bad your sisters didn't want to come.
Why should they? They weren't personally responsible for his death.
What?
Well, Mom, if I'd just become a nun and stayed at St. Bartholomew's, then Rick Potter would still have a knot in his stomach.
Honey, Rick's death was unfortunate, but it wasn't your fault.
Mom, I was at his table. I rehearsed every one of those life-threatening moves.
Honey, you didn't even know the man. Now, there's no connection between you and his death. Did you ever speak to him?
No.
Did you ever make eye contact with him?
No. Wendy won't let me wear my glasses on stage.
Then don't you see? There's absolutely no reason for you to take the blame.
You really think so?
Marie, it was just his time.
Just a coincidence?
Honey, it's ridiculous for you to think that you had any impact on his life or his death whatsoever.
Excuse me, Marie Lubbock?
Yes?
I'm Mr. Skinner, Mr. Potter's attorney. I'm here to let you know that Rick bequeathed all his worldly possessions to you, his sweet Marie.
His what?
There must be some mistake. My daughter didn't even know Mr. Potter.
He certainly knew her. The will was drawn 6 months ago and is quite explicit. To my sweet Marie, my one reason for living, I leave my entire estate. The box is mine, but you can keep it.
All right, two things. I looked up the actor's name on my phone while that scene was going on. The actor is named Norman Friedman. Nothing really to contribute here except that obviously Mr. Skinner, same lawyer, same character, same actor that we had last week. So nice little continuity we have going on there.
How'd the service go?
It was very difficult, Graham. Marie has this mistaken idea
He left everything he had to me.
This guy left his entire estate to you?
His whole life, everything he had.
All right, Jackpot City.
So much for Mr. Sensitivity.
The accomplishments of Rick Potter are in this box.
He didn't do much, did he?
Now, wait a second. I thought you said you didn't know this guy at all.
I didn't. I don't know a thing about him.
I say we crack this baby and see what's inside.
Son, hey. Be a little sensitive. We're dealing with people's feelings here. Ooh, wow, a ship in a bottle. Ooh, some baseball cards. And a toupee.
Graham.
So he was a craftsman and a lover of sports. A blonde. Well, maybe there's something else. I mean, something more important.
Honey, don't you think we should maybe wait and go...
His appointment book. But it's blank. Except for... Oh, no!
Except for every Friday night. It just says Marie, pizza, and root beer. Boy, talk about a loser. May he rest in peace.
Maybe this is the wrong time. Well, I'll give you $6 for the toupee.
Where have you been? We're supposed to be at Danny's in 25 minutes and you're not even dressed.
I'm quitting the group.
Oh, Marie, I know how bad you feel and all, but what's that expression about life going on?
Life goes on.
No, that's not it.
No, you guys go on without me. I could never sing again. The killing must stop.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. As of tonight, no guys over 30 are allowed to sit in the front row.
Look, Wendy, I just want to spend the next couple of hours on my knees.
Well, lower the mic.
No!
Well, if that's the way you want it, fine. But let me tell you something. It's gonna take a lot more than one dead guy to get me to quit show business.
Breast revealer! How many men have you tortured? Burn, all of you, burn!
Marie, honey, what are you doing out here?
Torching every wicked outfit I own.
Whoa, wait a minute. Isn't this one Wendy's?
Yes, but I never liked it.
Marie,
Oh, Mom, go pump your sunshine somewhere else. The man left me his toupee, for God's sake.
Marie, honey, you're missing the point of the box, of the service. Now, honey, obviously this was a very lonely man who built a fantasy around you. You fulfilled a need in his life. Now, is that so bad?
And you're saying that's why he left me everything?
Well, maybe that's the only way he dared to tell you how much you meant to him.
But why did the Lord take him in the middle of my solo?
That I don't know. But the little we do know about Rick, I'll bet you that's the way he would have wanted to go. Watching Marie Lubbock belt out a tune.
Mom, could that be God's plan? Was I there to bring Rick a little happiness before he died?
Well, it's possible.
Well, if that's true, then I didn't kill him.
Honey, why don't you put this fire on and come on in for a cocoa, okay?
Is that what God wants?
Between the fire and the lightning and the thunder, that is such a great theatrical, dramatic scene with such almost ridiculous commentary over it. But we get such a great insight into Marie's character here. She so desperately wants to have a purpose. That's why she latched on to being a nun. She wants to know what God wants her to do. Unfortunately, she's a little suggestible. I'm not going to say a word until this next scene is over. But I remember this. It is one of my absolute favorite scenes of this entire show. Like, not this episode of this series. Pay attention to Wendy's. Pay attention to Wendy, Connie, and Cindy. All three have some of the best facial expressions in what happens next.
All right, a reminder. Every tub of beer is half price in honor of the man that dropped dead right there at that table.
Okay, but I'm not going back out there.
Why? They didn't because of course they did. Oh, Marie! Oh, I'm so glad you came.
Oh, I hope this means you've wised up and stop blaming yourself.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Hot outfit.
Yeah, it's still smoking.
It's your time.
Wait, you're gonna go out like that?
So, without further ado, reunited for another killer, another great performance, the Loving Babes! All right!
Thank you. And for our next song, we'd like to thank you very much. Something happened in this room the other night that led me to some conclusions. The wrong conclusions. And after some soul searching, I finally realized what my true calling in life is. To please men. So, I'd like to dedicate this next song to every lonely guy in the place who wants to feel good.
I loved every bit of that, from when she first got on stage and she said her goal was to please men. Wendy's face dropped. The best part was when she got down on all fours. So Cindy did the same. And the whole time Connie is just standing there staring. I loved it. I love every part of the scene. Then at the end, when the brawl starts and we see Connie apparently throw a pizza crust back out at the audience that was thrown onto the stage. I loved it. So classic. I'm saying love a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm in a loop, I think. It was very funny. It was very well filmed. I also liked the nice little touch of when Marie took off her jacket, somehow the smoke billowing off her outfit. This was a really, really well done scene. I normally don't like to preview things, but listen to what they're watching on TV. And we have a little fourth wall breaking here as well.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, JR.
Hi, honey.
Tonight on News at 11, warm weather due. A riot breaks out at Danny's Pizzeria, and a special report on where to find Eureka's best ice cream.
A report on ice cream sounds really interesting.
Hi. What on earth?
Wait a minute, you girls look like you were in a brawl.
We were. Good night.
Wait a minute. Nobody goes anywhere.
What's going on?
I could probably fill you in up into the fire hoses, and then it's all kind of a blur.
Fire hoses? All right, I want some answers, and I want them pronto.
Marie started a brawl with her singing and squatting.
Yeah, it was wild, lewd, and completely out of control.
Yeah, what's that move you do
You
with your hip?
started a brawl?
Marie, where did you get the idea to behave like that?
From you.
What?
You told me that God wanted me to make men happy.
You told her that?
Quiet. You told her that?
No, honey, she completely misunderstood.
Oh, Elizabeth, you have to choose your words very carefully around these girls. That's why I just curse at them.
Also a great line by Graham there at the end. You can't reason with these girls. That's why I just curse at them. That is one that has lived in the back of my brain for so long. I love Cindy's just deadpan delivery of we were, good night, when he asked if they were in a brawl. With Wendy asking Elizabeth, you told her that? And then Graham immediately repeating it. Bob and Mike, who wrote this episode, did not start writing for the show until the third season. If we had gotten a fourth season, I can only imagine what some of the episodes we would have had from them would have been, because they clearly know how to write together, and they knew these characters and this family.
Marie, honey, where are you going? It's almost midnight.
To confession?
Well, there won't be a priest there till in the morning.
Well, then I'll go to a bar.
Oh, Marie.
Mom, I don't know what's going on. I'm more at a loss than ever. Maybe I'll cut all my hair off. Maybe I'll go back to the convent. Maybe I'll get a tattoo. I'm just so frustrated. What does God want?
Well, Marie, I don't know.
Well, if I'm not supposed to be a nun, and I'm not supposed to make men happy, then what am I supposed to do?
Well, honey, I think there are a few choices in between those two extremes.
Why does everyone always accuse me of going to extremes?
Because you do.
I'm sorry.
Marie, honey.
Oh, I admit it. I do get a little carried away sometimes.
A little? Honey, do you remember when I asked you to round up a few odds and ends that we could donate to the Salvation Army?
But we got our furniture back, didn't we?
We had to buy it.
Oh, I know. It's just that sometimes I think I get so excited when I think I've discovered the right thing to do. But now I don't have a clue. I mean, what does God want from me?
Well, honey, maybe the problem is that you're looking for God to give you some big dramatic sign, and you're missing the little lessons that he's giving you every day.
What lessons? Where are they? I don't even know where to look.
Well, maybe if you loosened up a little bit, but without going overboard, then
maybe you'd find out. Honey, remember, God doesn't always shout. Sometimes he whispers. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. It's probably just a storm.
Meet some schoolgirls who are plotting their future in Cemetery High on USA Up All Night, Friday at midnight.
Hi, this is Princess. Tuesday turns into a terrific time next on Dance Party USA.
Anybody else want to watch Dance Party USA right now? Should see if that's on YouTube. Obviously, my unsyndicated version did not have the ending credits, so I pulled out my bootleg version because I want to give everybody who worked on the show, they should get their name out there. All right, so Marie, I really feel like if we'd had a fourth season, we might have seen Marie start to loosen up a little bit. Let her true self through. I liked at the end that, she opened up the two buttons and then the lightning, but she said, it's probably just a storm, which is very much not really a Marie reaction. So it was nice to see that. This was a good episode. I enjoyed this one a lot. We only have 2 left. I have been thinking for a while, and I've even shared some ideas for what I was going to do. And I've thought I might react to another show. A lot of you have asked me to react to shows that I legally cannot. Like if I did Step by Step or Perfect Strangers, it would get pulled off of YouTube immediately. After the finale, I am going to try to react to just the Ten of Us parts of the Growing Pains episode where the Lubbock family was introduced. I'm going to try. I cannot promise YouTube will let that stay up. I'm honestly not even sure where I'm going to get them yet, but I feel confident I can find them somewhere. So I am going to do that, and then I'll react to the first 8 episodes before I got these beautiful non-syndicated versions. And then I may take a short break. I don't see me necessarily producing something weekly, but Ron sent me an email and suggested that maybe I should do videos where, we talk about Wendy's greatest schemes or Lubbock Babes info or different things. Rather than react to an episode, compile parts and do some commentary that way. And I think that's a really interesting idea. In the past, I've asked if any fans would like to do commentary reactions with me on some episodes, and we might do that. I would love to have more cast and crew reactions. I'm very hesitant to ask on any type of regular basis. I think it was such a huge gift of time that so many of them gave literally 2.5 hours of, their personal time to react to the Virgin Islands episode. But there are some episodes that I would love to hear from. I'd like to hear from some of the other actors. I would desperately want to do a reaction with Bill Kirchenbauer, especially one that he featured really heavily in, like Comedy Tonight or one of the Graham heavy episodes. There's a lot more I'd like to do with this show. This channel was once called the Ranger Project. And then I called this channel Retro Fat because, I'm losing weight, and I am losing weight. I'm slowly, but it's getting there. But truthfully, this channel has become a Just the 10 of Us channel, and I plan to keep it that way. I think I'm going to stick to doing Just the 10 of Us stuff. It is my hope that eventually, if we keep reacting and producing content and talking about Just the 10 of Us, and I'm serious about this, I'm not even joking, that we might get a requel, I guess. Not really a reboot, but a continuation of the show. They did it with Roseanne and the Connors, and this show, in my opinion, ran laps around Roseanne any day of the week. So we'll see. But it's a hobby. I enjoy doing it. I plan to keep doing it for as long as you'll let me. So thank you so much for watching, for commenting, and for being a fan of the show. It's brought us together, and I will see you next week.